is your coach. I am so glad to be here this morning. I thought today would be a great day for us to talk. Shall we? Shall we talk about love today? What do you think? What do you think? Should we talk about love this morning? Why not, right? Why not? It's a good day. It's a good day to talk about love, I think. So, welcome everybody. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, Coaching Matters. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. And be sure to share this video. So, I want to talk love today. So, love. Love is surely delicious, is it not? It sure is. And I should say, in the beginning stages of love, it's extremely good because you are just thinking about all of the intensity you have with the one you're with, and you just enjoy it, right? We have a good time with it. We love it. We are satisfied with it, if you know what I mean. And so, yeah, love is a good thing. It is. And then when we get into the thick of love and we start to realize that, sometimes things can get a little challenging. Life happens. We end up adding, you know, additives to the love affair. And then sometimes we bite off more than we can chew. But we love love, but sometimes we are in a love affair and we're like, I just love it. And yes, you do. However, you find that sometimes you feel a little suffocated. You feel like, I just need some space. I really enjoy you and I really love you, but I need some space. So go and be with your friends, go do your thing, have some fun, and all of those things. So, yes, love is a great thing. I am not really anymore in the holiday. I guess some of my family and friends and, gentlemen that I entertain may find me to be a little bit of a sourpuss on these moments, but I wouldn't call it necessarily a sourpuss. I just celebrate every day. So I guess it's hard for me to designate one day to really focus on being thankful, grateful, happy, appreciating who I love and loving life. So I guess for me, every day is a holiday for me. So I'm not a sourpuss. I just don't designate days for that matter. But I want to talk about love. And hey, Dee, I'm so glad you're here. Same to you, love. So I want to talk about love because I think we don't get to talk about it enough. We talk about how we get into our different phases of love and we have our moments in love that is just amazing, like our love scenes and stuff like that. But when we get into the thick of love, sometimes it can get a little challenging and we can find ourselves just not in the greatest state of being with our lover, and so we get upset or frustrated. But I want to talk about this because I think it's important. Listen, yes, we're celebrating love today. Yes, love is amazing, but I want to just put you guys up on game with something. Let's celebrate every day like this. Can we? Shall we? Can we just be happy for love all the time and not just designate one day for it? Because I think when we don't celebrate it every day, we start to lose sight the greatness of life. And I'm also dedicating this live to those who don't have someone or feel a little down today because love is celebrated by those that are in love, if you know what I mean. And that's fine. We can celebrate it together. But there are those that don't have this. There are those that don't have an exclusive lover. There are those that are really lonely today. And so I want to talk about this because I just don't want those people to feel down today. This is still a day that you don't get back tomorrow. So can we talk about that? Can we enjoy being in the moment today? Can we really be totally excited about today? Can we? And let me show you some ways to be in gratitude for being here today, whether you are in a love affair or not. Because here's what's true: we have to start here first. More self love. That's key. Self loving. Lord have mercy. When you love yourself and when you love on you, you'll see what I mean by just being in appreciation for love, period. Not just the romantic love, but also remember you have other loves in your life besides your lover. In fact, you have your babies, you have your family, you have your friends, you have a lot of people. You even have people that you work with that really appreciate your presence. So again, we have to stop thinking that we're at a loss today if we don't have someone exclusively in our romantic realm of our life. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't enjoy being here today, because there are ways to enjoy life even if you don't have someone exclusive. Let me give you some ideas. So if it's just you and you have not done anything for yourself for a while, stop and think about something that you really want to do. Stop and think about that restaurant you want to try. Stop and think about some idea that you've been wanting to do but you haven't done it, because you've not done it because you keep saying, well, there's always tomorrow, but there's not always tomorrow. Sometimes tomorrow ends up being a distraction for something else you got to do. So think about this. Consider doing something fun for yourself. Go out. Do something different. Change it up. There's someone more unhappy than you that would really appreciate your presence. And rather than being down today, get excited today for just being here, because it's a blessing. Let me explain something to you. A lot of times we get frustrated because we don't have what we want. Become who you want. Let's talk about this real quick. When we become the person that we want to be, in our fullness, in our wholeness, we start to realize that the person that matches who we become starts to attract to us, not because of any other reason, but that you've elevated your soul into being the best version of yourself. And so, when you have actually improved who you are, you've taken time to really sit back and realize, you know what? I don't have any lack in my life. And if you do, start spiritually asking for not having that. And first, it starts with you loving on you. Try that. Just try it. You'll find that it's so much more joy when you stop worrying about what you don't have and start taking advantage of what you do have. You want to be honest with yourself that it's a challenge when you don't have what you want in love. Look, let's think about something. If you want to have a love affair, seriously, if you're serious, and you know that in your soul you really want it, what are you doing to get it? Shall we talk about this? I don't think a lot of people think about it, but there needs to be a strategy. Do you want a relationship? For real? I mean, seriously. Because a lot of times we say we want something, but we're not doing anything to get it. Think about it. Oh, I want a man and I want a boyfriend, but you go to the grocery store and home. You go to work and home. How can you possibly want a relationship, but you're not doing anything at all to start planning, prioritizing, strategizing how to get that to happen? Let me tell you something. if you haven't noticed, in order to have a love affair, you must manifest it. It requires you to do something. Now, I know it's not easy because a lot of times we say we want stuff, but we don't realize it takes some work. And sometimes we are really lazy human beings at times because we just want things to just happen because of who we are. Our human value is our own, I should say, we do our own evaluation of who we are in our human values. So automatically we're like, I am all that in a bowl of grits. So any man that wants to be with me, I'm all that. So he should want to be with me. It's no question. Okay, that's fine. However, if I'm going home from work to the grocery, home, picking up my kids and coming home, I'm not strategizing how to meet someone that I want to introduce myself to, be intrigued by, flirt with. How am I trying to change and manifest it if all I'm doing is sitting back and saying, yeah, I want a relationship, and doing nothing to have it happen? It's not going to happen. We have to do something, right? Let me help you out. If you really want a relationship, seriously, not just saying it, but you're serious. First of all, what kind of relationship do you want? Ask yourself this. See, I'm older. I'm 52. So I come from a background of family where, everybody was married. Everybody. And then once the spouse passed on, then there would be a Mr. something, Mr. Charles, or a Mr. Bill, or a Mr. whatever. And I knew that, my godmother or whatever, she would get her a new one, a new man, a new interest that gratified her, if you know what I mean. And so I think the one that she ended up with is Mr. Arthur, I think it was his name, after my actual godfather passed. And so I noticed back in the old school ways, they would go and get them someone new. They would have a newbie, a new man to, take care of that. But I think sometimes we are so swooped up in thinking that things just happen that we don't realize it takes some manifesting on our end. If we want a man to be in our life, I'm not saying you have to do dating sites, but I am saying you got to do something different. What type of man do you want? Do you want someone that wants to be, really involved? Or are you only wanting a man to just take you out and take you home? What is it you want? Because once you let the radar out that you're available and men start to approach, you've got to be able to distinguish, well, which type of man do I want? Because men, ladies, have different types of values. Some men will come into your life and be temporary. They'll come in, they'll spend time with you, and then they'll go home. Others will spend time with you and want to stay a while. Some don't leave at all. So you need to know what it is you want. Because the problem is, a lot of times when we're talking love, we're not talking reality. We're only talking about, well, I just take my kids home, take them to school, pick them up. I go to the grocery and I go home. And you think the UPS guy is going to be the man that's going to just show up? Is that what you're thinking? Girl, no. The UPS and FedEx man isn't going to take you on a date. Stop thinking that silliness. You have to do something. You have to put it out there. First of all, you got to put your sexy on. You got to get ready. And first you need to figure out, well, what is it that I want in a man? How's he going to be savory to my taste? What is he doing for my life? I need to know this so I know if he shows up, oh, he's recognizable. We got to get off of thinking that, oh, I'm just going to pray and the man's going to fall out of the sky and I'm going to happen to meet him at the gas station while I'm pumping gas. No, that's not. Your odds of that happening is just about as low as me winning the $1 million winnings. We've got to be realistic here. If you really want love and you really want a relationship, you got to know what it is you want. And ladies, if you're not honest with yourself, you got to think back on when ladies were having misters around. Like I just told you, my godmother's husband passed, and then she had a Mr. Arthur that came around. My godmother always had a man in her life. And I was like, oh, that's the strategy. So you keep a man close. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yes, you keep a man close. So if we want to manifest love, we have to figure out what is our strategy to get them. This is where coaching comes in. This is when women come to me and say, Coach, I do want a relationship. I just didn't realize that um, my ideology or my thinking was off. I was thinking that, hopefully I would just happen to meet him. Well, the odds are lower the older we get that you're going to happen to meet one. You're going to have to strategically change at that, first of all, your mind. And second of all, you're going to have to change your strategy. Here's what's true. We love, and we desire to have someone in our life, and we want a relationship, but we got to change it up. You have to come to me so I can help you strategize, first of all, what it is you want and desire first. Here's what's true. I'm going to be open and honest with you ladies this morning because I'm in the mood. I'm trying to help you guys with your self-loving. Here's what you need to do. Sit down and think about what it is you desire in a man for real. The reason why this is important, like I said, is once you let your beamer off, you start to glow and you start to get more into your self-care and you start to get more flirtatious and things like that. You'll start to see men are going to start to show up. So when you have the new now opportunities of different men, you need to know, well, will he fit in what I desire to want? And here's what's true. If you know what it is you want as a woman, then you can articulate it to the men that are coming in your realm, what it is you desire to have. Problem is, a lot of times we as women like to change our minds on a lot of stuff. So you need to get solid on knowing what it is you desire. Number one. Number two, you need to also know, well, what is it that you desire in a man and in his time? Because we have a lot going on, and the older we get, if we have grandkids, younger kids, children, whatever, we have other obligations that also takes up our time. Businesses, or you're working. You need to know, how does a man fit? Do you really know that? Or you're not really sure? We have to sit down and strategize this stuff. It doesn't just happen by happenstance. Yes, you can possibly meet a blind date and all of that, but it's very rare that you're going to get what you desire. You might get a man to want to take you out and do things with you, but he's not really your type. And then you're like, well, I like him, but I don't really want to be like that. Well, then what is it? What is it you really want? You need to know that first, because when he shows up, he's recognizable to you. Then, after you know this part, when you talk to a man, the potential mate, the potential lover that you're interested in, when you're talking to him, now you can convey what it is you desire without being so, I don't know. A lot of times we're really confusing. We're not really clear. So you got to learn how to be clear first with yourself. Know that you want to have a man first. Own it. Girl, it's been a while. And you know it's been a while. So if it's been a while and you really want some male attention, you got to change things up. It comes to a point where you can sit in misery as long as you want to, but you know doggone well that at this point, you really want a man to take you out. You really want a man to spend some time with you. You really want a man's time. So rather than saying, oh, I'm not wanting anything, and you do, you're lying to yourself. Because you and I both know, if that fine man that happens to savor your delicious taste that you have in your soul and spirit shows up, you're going to be all over the place. Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I like him and everything, but oh my goodness, I'm not even prepared for this. Get prepared. You have to get prepared. It's no time to play around now. We can't sit around and keep hoping and praying and wishing for a man to show up. No, ladies, you got to get out of your slumber. If you are down today over this V Day and all that, I understand that. But it doesn't matter about that. You have to change it by changing this first, which is your mind, your mindset. Get on your game plan. Figure out, okay, now that she's brought this up, my coach has told me to get busy. What is it that I want? And it's going to be terrifying because let me tell you what, when you've been out of the game for a while, if you've been out of the dating realm, if you haven't seen a man in a while and, you haven't been touched by one in a while, all of that is a lot, especially if you haven't had it in a while. So I'm really helping you to prepare yourself. This doesn't come easy. This is real stuff. So, now understand this. I know it's difficult, but we have to sit down and recognize what it is we need. We as women, get serious about this and write this down and make sure to get a hold to me because I'm going to be doing a group event with ladies to get y'all together because I know it's tough, but it's real. We having a challenge trying to figure out what we want to do with these men. We want them, yes. Listen, I had a grown elder woman, and I told her, girl, please, you know you want a Mr. Charles or a Mr. something to come on by and take you out? She cracked up. But she's like, well, now that you mention it, yes, get it, girl, get it. And it ain't got nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with mindset and strategy. One thing about us women is we don't strategize well because we don't think that it requires a strategy, but it does. What is it you want from a man? Do you want one that is going to be available to you often, or do you want a man to come by around every 2 weeks? Do you want him monthly? You need to know this so that you can figure out how to fit him in. Again, ladies, we have grandkids, kids, job obligations. We've got a lot of stuff going on. So in order to fit a man in your life, you have to be prepared to know what you have that you're having this man to have to deal with, schedule-wise. Because once a man gets a taste of you, he's going to want to have you a lot. So with that said, how are you going to fit him in? Look, I'm a mama. I have a 17-year-old son. I've got a grown daughter and I got a 6-year-old grandson. I have to be like, okay, this is my stuff. So if I want a man to spend some time with me, I got to be like, okay, well, I have my grandson, I got my son, I got my daughter, I got this. Okay, Coach Carla Nicole, but how are you going to fit in a man? Oh, well, now that you mention it, I got to figure out, how does that feel? How do we figure that out? Got to be honest with you first. So I had to sit down and prepare. In my preparation of wanting a man to be in my life, I had to sit down and be honest with me. Do you want to get married again? Oh my, now that you're asking. No, I don't. I'm cool on the marriage thing, so no, I'm good. Okay, so we'll scratch that off the list, but what do you want in a relationship with a man? Do you want a man to take you out? Well, absolutely, I'm a woman. Of course, okay. Do you want a man to spend time and do things for you? And yes, I do. Yes. Okay. So ask yourself intricate questions about what it is you want so that you can manifest the man that you want in your life. Because the truth of the matter is, until you honestly are honest with you, you're going to find yourself constantly in a battle with you on what it is you need from a man. Men aren't hard to get along with. It's just the challenge of being able to be honest with yourself. Once you're honest with yourself and stop being in fantasy that a man's going to show up when he's delivering those packages from Amazon, he's just going to show up and be like, oh, I've been waiting for you all my life. That's not how that happens. You've got to change your strategy, and you got to know, okay, since the postman and all these men aren't going to just show up, what do I need to do then? You got to change up strategy. Okay. What type of man do you want? Let me tell you something. I DoorDash, okay? DoorDashing is my second way to have a different income coming in. Now, understand this. I also coach, right? Why would your coach be out here door dashing? Why? Well, everything I do is for a strategy. I don't waste time. When I'm out here door dashing, I'm learning about things. I'm paying attention to where gentlemen are at. Why? Well, because when women come to me and say, Coach, I just really want a man's attention. I would love to have a man in my life. Well, where are you going? I'm going to work and home. You're not going to find a man there. Oh, girl, when have you done your research? You want a man, but you have done no research as to where men of your taste are located at. With me door dashing, I'm learning that men go to different places. And then if I'm honest, and I'm raw, so I don't candy coat nothing. I'm always pretty raw and brute about when I'm saying things. If there's a man that I have a desire or taste for, what is he good at? Well, we would desire to have a man that could fix some things, right? Most women want a man that can fix things, repair things, do things, right? And women never happen to show up looking fly, ever, and going over to Lowe's, going over to Home Depot. They never go there. Why not? Single women, why aren't y'all going to Home Depot and Lowe's? What are y'all thinking? Go. Make sure you have on your cute little tops and your tight jeans and go take your behind over there. Act like you're looking for something. Buy you some, I know you're going to need oil, so buy you some oil or something. You don't have to buy a lot. Just go over there. Why? That's where the men are. Not just men. Usually the men are looking for something, to fix something, to repair something. I'm dashing, baby girl, so I know what I'm talking about. I see some fine men in the lines over here at Lowe's or Home Depot. Fine. You hear what I'm telling you. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, I need to fill my girls up with this information because I don't think women are looking right. They're not paying attention. Women will think, well, we'll just go over to, I don't know, Starbucks. That might be nice, but that you're gonna find a lot of pretty women there. You're not gonna find the kind of man you're wanting there. That's not where they're at. They're not. And then take your behind to B-dubs on Fridays, Saturdays, and probably not as common on Sundays, but take your behind over to B-dubs on Fridays and Saturdays. And wear your cutest top. Make sure you have a push-up bra on. Push the girls up. Get you some cute jeans. Men are at the games. You're not paying attention well. Stop hoping for the Amazon man to show up. Go to these places. Home Depot. I'm telling you. Home Depot, Lowe's. Man, yes. Because those men are usually good at fixing stuff. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to put you up on game. We're not paying attention very well, women, and I don't have a man. I really want a man. Well, where are you going to find one? And are you looking your best when you're going to these places? Stop it. Here's another place. AutoZone. Yes, AutoZone. Have you gone there? AutoZone is excellent. Why? Because he's usually got a vehicle or he knows how to fix one. You know what I'm talking about? He usually has a vehicle or he knows how to fix one. Take your behind over to AutoZone. Get on your prettiest top. Flirt. Ladies, what is wrong? Why are you not flirting? Why are you not speaking and saying hello? Why? Why are you shutting down your sexy? We want a man, but we're not thinking. Why aren't you saying hello? When I'm door dashing, I see all kinds of men. Handsome ones, might I add. And I speak to them and I talk to them. And then of course a lot of times, ladies, if you're not paying attention, you need to hear what I'm telling you. I'm giving you this game this morning on the love day because I know you probably are sitting back thinking, you know what, she's right, I haven't put on these cute jeans in a while. I haven't really got a new bra. When's the last time you went to Victoria's Secrets? Or you don't even have to go there, but when is the last time you got a good push-up bra? You need to get one, for real. Now, back to what I'm saying about where else to go for men. Here's another new clue for you. I don't think you realize this or not, but a lot of men, they may not really have, let's just say they don't have a lot of good cooking skills. So they go to restaurants. I'm not telling you to go to a restaurant just to go to a restaurant and look around. Go to the to-go area of the restaurant. I'm giving you this game, ladies. You better be writing this down or watch this again. Go to the to-go section of the restaurant. Order you a salad and take your time. And watch these gentlemen, these fine, sexy, delicious men walking in to grab their meals. Now, figure out the time of most men's shifts. I'm helping y'all, ladies. I hope you're writing this down. Think about what time the shift is. What time does he get off work? What's the average man's time of getting off? Once you see that, then sit back and be like, you know what? The average man is usually off about, we'll just say 5. By 5:30, 6 o'clock, he's gone home, he's taken a shower, now he's hungry. Most times, and I'll give you the times that I dash to help you see that men are probably within this time frame ordering food out between the hours of 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. That's usually the time when I'm finding that I'm delivering food. But for you, I don't want you to go to men's houses to deliver. Unless you want to dash, you can inbox me. I can give you some skinny on that. But if you're wanting to DoorDash, that's fine. That is a very good way to interact with people. But what I'm telling you is outside of that, consider going to the to-go section of a restaurant. If you go over to Red Lobster usually has their to-go set up in the bar section. Okay, so the bar and the to-go is all in one. Red Lobster has their to-go right there. So if a gentleman's off work and he's just wanting to relax, he might be in the bar section. I'm just telling you. Men that have no lady have plenty of time to spend with themselves, and they like to drink a little bit. They like to have their alcohol. And they like to usually watch a little TV or just chat and talk. Be charming. Turn up your charm level. Here's what I'm here to tell you. A lot of times we don't think about how charm really helps. I'll give you a couple of ways that I charm men, and I do this all the time. If I'm at a restaurant and I'm door dashing and I got my hands full of my bags and stuff, and a man holds open that door, I let him know I appreciate him. Oh, thank you, babe. I appreciate you so much for holding that door. My hands are full, right? And then I'll turn around and hold the door open for him when he's coming out. And I'll tell him, look at how karma works. And he'll laugh or smile. And I get the smile, see? So that's delicious for me. I just, I'm not trying to hit on all of them. Well, it depends. Sometimes they're handsome, so I might hit on them. But anyway, strategically, I know that if I make a man laugh, girl, please, you make a man laugh, you got his attention. You have to have a great sense of humor. I'll tell a man, oh, thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Yes. It's been a while since a handsome man has held the door. I appreciate that. Now he's seeing like, damn, did she just talk to me? Wait a minute. What you do is you change strategy. You become noticed. Not just blending into the crowd. If you want a man bad enough, You got to change up strategy. You got to come up with a way to be noticed. Make sure you're showing a little cleavage. Make sure your hair is done. Put your makeup on. Men love hair. They love hair. And as you see, one of my famous gentlemen on here, Mr. Eric, he loves my hands. So be sure to get your rings right. Have your nails done. I don't know how many men have complimented my nails. And mind you, I'm dashing, so I'm working. But a man will say, ooh, I like your nails. I'm like, well, thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Actually, I do them myself. And he'll be like, wow, okay. So we have to get back to being flirty. First of all, we have to get excited about living. So if you're always just not smiling, not excited for life, not happy that you're here while you're here, you're not going to you're just not going to beam light so a man can see you. You're going to be blended into to the wall. So you got to change it up. If you want him to notice you, you got to become vivacious. You've got to become noticeable. And like I just told you, flirting is going to help you up your opportunities for the gentleman to show up. And when I'm telling you they're showing up, I'm talking about they're showing up and saying, wait, man, wait. I just, what's your name? Oh, well, since you're asking, I'm Carla Nicole. How are you today? Oh, I'm fine. Are you married? No, I'm not. Okay, yeah. So now you are changing strategy because you're changing how you are showing up in life. We want them, we desire them, we love them, but we're not putting ourselves out here so men can see us. So what good is it to be sexy, hot, and picking up the kids and coming home? You got to take all that sexy and get it into these different places. I'm giving you a lot of game this morning. This is what I do. I care about my women. I know y'all might be in a shambles because you don't have a man today. That's all right. It's okay. Get you one by the 28th. How about that? And if you keep messing with me, you will have one by the 28th. You might have a couple of them. Cheers. Cheers. It starts with loving self first. Now, another thing you need to ask yourself is what kind of activities do you want this man to like? So I'll help you because I know sometimes we women don't think about a lot of shit. So let me help you. So, for instance, I have a son, right? My son is a gamer and my son loves cars. Ladies, understand something. You learn a lot about the masculine mind from the mind of your son if you haven't been around a lot of men. Or if you were fatherless. You can get a lot of information from that male child of yours that can help open your eyes about men. My son loves cars. When I tell you my son loves cars, I'm not playing. This child told me when he was about maybe 12, 10 or 11, maybe, somewhere around there. He informs me that he wants to race for a living. I'm like, excuse me? Ooh, race what? Mom, I want to be a Formula One driver. Oh, Jesus Lord. Son, that's dangerous. That's what he loves. He loves cars. Well, let me inform you, ladies. I didn't know because I don't know nothing about cars like that. I found out, messing with my son and his fetish of vehicles, I found out that there's a whole world of men that love cars. Not only do they love cars, they own them. They paint them. They design them. They fix them. They're all over there's a whole world out here with cars. So anyway, there's this place in Columbus, Ohio called Toy Barn. Toy Barn is like a place that, has Lamborghinis and all these cars that are just amazing, Maseratis and stuff. And because my son had a desire for cars, I decided to take him and my nephews, to Toy Barn. Now, when I took my son to Toy Barn, I wasn't aware, but I found out that a lot of men are at Toy Barn. Ladies, I hope you're writing this down. I'm giving you this skinny today. Pay attention. A lot of men are at Toy Barn because they're looking at these vehicles or they're considering buying them. My son, I would take him to Toy Barn so he could see the vehicles, so he could get closer to his desire of wanting to become a racer. I am big, as far as a mother, to encourage my children to do their passion, whatever their passion is. I always encourage my kids. And he got to sit inside Lamborghinis. He got to see what the Maserati looked like firsthand. It was not just on the TV or on the internet or his different, icons owning them. It was him physically sitting inside of a Lamborghini. Now, mind you, I loved Lamborghinis when I was young. I used to have a Lamborghini, a black one, on my wall. So I love them too. Not realizing that desire was going to trickle down to my son. So I found out that because I would take my son to see these cars, that I was also seeing some very handsome men. Ooh, is that so? I'm taking him to show him about his vision, while all the while I'm also being excited to the taste that there's some fine men in here. Not only are they fine, but they're looking at them, they're considering purchasing them, and some of the salesmen ain't bad either. Ding, 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 ding. Giving you another heads up, ladies. You may want to go to these sports car places and just happen to be looking around. Just say you're going and browsing. And they're going to think you're browsing for cars. No, you're browsing for men. That's how you do it, ladies. You gotta be cute and then use a little humor with it. When they say, hey, is there something I can help you with? Well, as a matter of fact, yes. I am looking for a fine man about 6'2", and they'll be looking at you like, what? I'm talking about the cars. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not why I'm here. I'm here for men. Use a little humor. And those men will crack up and they'll be like, who is this chick? And who told you to come here to find him? My coach. Go to her channel, Coaching Matters. She's always suggesting us to do stuff. And she told us to come here. Yes, I did. Go there. Go to the sports, the ones that have the high elite cars that just are so delicious to look at. Go over there. Check them out. Trust me, you'll love them. Now, also, I took my son, because I told you he loved cars, I took my son to Austin, Texas, to take him to see Formula One, to go to this race, right? Now, mind you, I'm on a budget, okay, at the time. I'm looking like, how much is this going to cost me, son? I don't know. Those tickets were high. Anyway, not only that, I wanted my son to experience a tour of the track. So I paid for that too. I wanted him to get on the track and all of that. And we get on this track. And do you know that the racetrack is like this? It's slanted. I didn't know that. But we're in this tour bus on a guide, and the guide is explaining that the actual racetrack is like this on a slant. I had no idea. But what I did know is I took my behind to Austin, and those hotel rates was $500 a night. I told my son, you're going to enjoy this, and I'm doing this for you. However, we're leaving after this race. After this race is over. We are out of here, son, and we're going to start heading back, okay? But I wanted him to experience that. So I said all that to say, ladies, learn where men go. And if you have a savory taste for a certain type of man, you have to start to study, where do those men go? I just told you a very intricate thing. Men that are single and they're wanting to mingle like to go to sports bars. They like to eat. Men love eating and they like to eat well. So they like to eat usually at like a Red Lobster or Olive Garden if you're looking for a man that, has some affluence or has some style or has some savviness to him. You want someone that got a little something. Okay, well then that's where they are. I know I DoorDash. Here's what's true. We got to get off of thinking that, oh, I'm just all alone. Girl, you're all alone because you're not strategizing and you're not changing up the way you're doing it. Now, after I just gave you all of that information, I want you to look at your conversion. What are your results? Now that I've told you where to go, how many men approached, how many men were caught off guard by your savvy, sensual, sexy, humorous self. Actually write down, well, I got approached by this one. I got complimented here. This one told me he would like to take me out sometime and gave me his number. So you got a conversion and you had two possibles. The two possibles are cool. Just know that you're on the right track. You won't know how you're doing until you start paying attention and assessing your results. Your results are the conversion. How many men are now not only stepping to you, but they're talking to you and then they're wanting to ask you out? That's how you know that you are starting in the right place and you're getting some conversion and now you're getting some male attention. But remember, I told you in the beginning, it's vitally important that you pay attention to what it is you want from a man. Because you want a man for real, you need to know what it is you want from him. And in knowing that, it's very important that you pay attention to what it is he has to offer you and has to give you. And then you'll notice, oh my goodness, he is really trying to take me out. Yes. Do you know what you're going to wear? Already have your outfit ready for your first date. Already have your outfit ready for your first date. Already have your outfit ready for your first date. Why? Because in order to manifest something, you have to already prepare for it when nothing is going on. This is the power of manifestation. I'm giving you a lot today for free. Get your outfit ready. Go get your highlights. If you've been holding back doing your highlights, if you want your highlights and all that, get them done. Get your trim. Get your eyebrows waxed or whatever. Get all of the things that you would normally do as though the man is already here. And the reason I want you to do this first is because it helps you to now figure out a way to prepare for him. And once you do this, when he shows up, you're ready. There ain't no, oh my goodness, I'm not ready. Oh no, he's already asked you on the date, so you know where you're going. He's going to want to take you to a very nice restaurant or whatever. So make sure that you're savvy. You got the sexy tops and you got the cleavage and the nice bra. All of that is important. Make sure your hair is done. Make sure you have your highlights done or whatever you're doing. And then make sure that you're ready. Already have it set up that you let your kids know. Mommy is on a dating quest. So with that said, I'm going to need some help with babysitting or whatever. Get that in the place too. Prepare for real. I'm not talking about, okay, I'll just wait. No, when you wait, it never happens. Prepare already get it already in sight that I want you guys to sit down and be with me in understanding I'm getting ready to start a dating life. So with that said, I need some help. I need you to make sure that you have the babies at this time and this time. And normally a man will take you out on a date. It'll be in the evening. So you need to have your daycare already set up. So you're not having to figure it out. You want there to be very little resistance on your part because you're going to be terrified to do this, especially the first time. You want to have very little resistance, so you want to get all these things in place first. Make sure that, your home is clean and up to par. And if not, Take a weekend and just prepare your home for a man to come in. Make sure you start to pay attention to what it is you desire. And in order to desire certain things, you want to make sure you get ready. Don't wait till he's like, okay, hey, it's me. Oh, hi. So glad to hear from you. Hey, I'd like to take you on a lunch date tomorrow. What? Oh my God. I don't have anything ready. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, what time? Oh, okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Yes. Oh, sure. And you're hanging up that phone and now you're in a panic. I don't know what I'm going to wear. My hair's not ready. I don't have my kids set up. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh my God. I'm helping you to delay all the stress. Relax all that ahead of time and say, okay, I'm ready. So when he says, hey, it's me. Hi. I'm great. How are you? Oh, okay. You want to do a lunch date tomorrow? Oh, sure. What time? Okay, no problem. I will see you there. We'll meet there and we'll see you tomorrow. Great. Okay. Bye. Click. You already got your hair done. Your house is already nice and clean. You already got your outfit. You're ready, girl. And you're ready to be presentable. And here's what else you're ready. You're more ready because I told you the steps. You're more ready than you know you are. Because not only did I tell you how to get here, I also told you to prepare for what man you want. So once you go, just know this is an opportunity. This is a potential love affair. But you know what you're looking for. So in your conversation, I'm already going to help you craft. Here, sis, craft it this way. You want a man that's going to be okay with your life. First of all, like I just told you, I'm a mama of a teenage son. I'm a mama of an adult daughter, and I got a 6-year-old grandson. That's a lot. Maybe for some men. So, okay, how do I present myself so that I'm not giving him false, information? I'm telling him up front, I'm a very busy woman, but I don't have any problem with us working around that. But I do have a son, I do have a daughter, and I have a grandson. I have a lot. My family is not big, but it's very rich as far as, it being small, but it's very wholesome. So that way a man is aware. Oh, okay. So you might be so what days are you a little tight with? Well, so Monday, I usually have to take my grandson here and I got to take my son there, and my son's got his gaming practice here. So Mondays are a little tight for me, but in the evenings I'm available. So when you're talking to this man and you're presenting yourself at the date that you're having, you're able to tell him what you're willing to do. Let him know Mondays are a little tight, but in the evenings I'm a little more open. This way he sees that you have compromising strategy, if you will. You're very open to be willing to work with him. So that way he's like, oh, okay, so I have a woman to work with me. Because he could be driving a truck or he could be working or whatever. He'd be like, well, I get off at this time on Mondays. Is like 9 o'clock too late? Well, no, because my grandson's gone. My son's in his realm, out of my space. My daughter's good. So 9 o'clock in the evening is perfect for me. And then he's like, oh, good. So then we can go to like I said earlier, a sports bar. We can go to Applebee's, or we can go to a really nice O'Connor's or something. Yes, okay, that'll work. Now you're seeing how you are gifting him your world with not being so, I think a lot of times when we present ourselves as women, we start to giving all this naysaying to a man. And he's like, well, how do I fit in your life? You're constantly telling me what you can't do. But when you tell him, it might be a little tight on Mondays, but we can work around that. We can do it in the evening. Oh, I got a woman to work with. Now you got something to work with. Yes. And since that happens, it helps a man to want to now be involved with you because you're what? You're a willful spirit. You have pizzazz. You're funny. You're exciting. You're not someone that's blending in the wall. You are actually someone that is vivacious. He's going to draw to you because of that. And if you have an attraction, he's going to draw to that. And then when you have conversation, not just talking about your kids and your life and this, you have some outside awareness. Just like me telling you about my son in the racing, I had to understand, I have to open my awareness. What are some of the things that he likes? Is he a biker? Does he like golfing? Does he like sports? Is he into journaling? Is he a writer? What are his interests? The reason why you want to ask that, so what are you into? What do you enjoy? And shut up and listen. I'm not saying shut your mouth only. I'm saying shut your mind so you can hear him. What are your interests? What do you like? What do you like to do? And when he tells you, then you're like, okay, so he's a biker. I don't know nothing about motorcycles. What do I need to do to figure that out? Do some research. Watch some videos. Ask some men that you're close to. Ask your girlfriend's husbands or your girlfriend's men if they know anything about bikers. What do bikers like? Where do bikers go? How do they like to roll? What's their safety? I mean, all of that stuff. Ask some questions so that you can start to understand, okay, this man is into this, so since he's into this, let me learn about that thing. Because if you really want to be in his life, it's going to be a part of your life. Because a man's interest normally doesn't change. Men are usually pretty set. Once they have a taste or something they do on a regular, they usually don't change it. They usually stick to it. And they enjoy it. So it would help you to know, well, what is it that he likes? Okay, let me learn something. And tell him you're enjoying life and that you're adventurous. When you say that, it gives him a way to know that you're well-rounded. When you're a well-rounded woman, you can go anywhere. You can go to the races. You can go to the golf course. You can go to a tennis match. You can go see soccer. You can go to a football game. You can go to a race. You can go anywhere. So a well-rounded woman has more opportunity because you have all these different flares about you that you can go. You don't have to be subjecting yourself only to one type of man. There's all kinds out here. I keep telling you that. Stop. I say we limit ourselves because we don't have an awareness. It's not hard. We just have to change it up. That's all I'm saying. Just change it up. Change up strategy. Get a hold to me because I'm going to do a group. Like I said, I'm going to do a group session with women. And I'm going to give even more deeper, diehard stuff to help y'all ladies. Because I understand that it's not always easy to strategize. But once you strategize, you also have different things that I can help you with. Because I actually do readings. They're called Living Soul readings. And my Living Soul readings, I actually take your birth date and then I explain to you your archetypes that helps you to also decide and determine what type of man will best fit you. See, I'm a bad coach. I'm going to make sure you're good and I'm going to help you to pick well and choose well. And it's okay. We don't have to eliminate everybody. We just have to strategically place them. And that's the problem. A lot of times we just want to start throwing people away because they don't fit. Nah. No. Properly place. Properly place the people in your life that you want in there. And stop getting rid of people and eliminating people. So anyway, I am a profile reader for a guidance system called the Living Soul. And in this guidance system is powerful because my birth date, I am a soul provider, I am a soul promoter, I'm a soul nurturer, and I do all of these things. So what I learned is there's certain things about myself that I now have understanding of, that helps me to now interact with my love differently, because I understand me now to a different degree just by understanding my actual report. I didn't know certain things until I got my report done. But I'm going to also help you ladies on strategically, after we talk about how we're going to do this and get the men in our life, we now need to properly place the men or the man, because that's where it gets very unique. It's fine to get them to get your number, you go on dates and stuff like that, but actually in this life we need to know, well, okay, that's wonderful, but now how does he fit? That's the challenge. Lord have mercy, ladies. I went an hour. You girls know I don't talk this long. I am usually done after 30 minutes. But you guys got me in this thing. I don't know what it is, but it's Love Day. I guess that's what it is. But anyway, make sure to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Listen, I will give you ladies the information once I decide when I'm going to do the workshop for you guys to understand how to prepare for him. We got to stop sitting back and hoping and wishing for a man to show up. It's just unrealistic. You're not going to manifest him that way. Love doesn't just happen. It doesn't. We have to strategically prepare. We have to make sure we're ready. Like I told you earlier, I gave you scenarios so that you could see, oh my God, I didn't realize I'm really not ready. Even if you did by happenstance meet a man, you're not ready because you don't even know what's going on or what you need or whatever. So we have to get more solid, anchored in what it is we need. And then once we get anchored, we can desire to have everything we want. We just got to change it up. That's all. So I appreciate all of you that were here listening to me. I was on a roll for Love Day. I thought, why not? Let's have some fun. And it's Friday, so why not? Fridays are always good. Like I said, join my Patreon. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. I have a Patreon, so go over there and become a member. It's a lot of fun. My Patreon's fun. I have a lot of different things. I have writings, audios, videos that are exclusive for my Patreon members. And so, like I said, I care about who I coach. I have a lot of fun. And I really want to invest in people just having the best life while we're here. Why be miserable when we don't have to be? We have to change strategy. If we're miserable about something, we got to change it up. And we have to be honest about what's making us miserable. And 9 times out of 10, it's the mindset. That's what makes us miserable the worst. I'm out of here, guys. In the description are all the ways to get a hold to me. I have my Cash App in there. I have my Patreon in there. If you want to book me for a session, it's in there. And also just my Patreon. So all of those things are in my description. And I also put it in the comments. Again, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because when I go live, you guys get it, right then and there. You guys were with me this whole time. You guys know what I said. Now people have to watch it on the replay, but those that are messing with me, y'all know what it is. Listen, enjoy your day. Don't forget what I said earlier. You should love every day. Loving shouldn't just be designated to one day. But if we're going to designate today as the love day, we can do that. However, I want you to love every day, because every day is a blessing. Every day is just a beautiful thing to be in while we're here. How about that? All right. I'm out of here, guys. I'm your coach, Carla Nicole. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. Bye.